Emma Carter barely caught the lunch tray before it hit the floor. Someone had slammed into her shoulder with enough force to send her stumbling across the crowded cafeteria. The bowl of soup tipped over first, splashing across the front of her white school shirt. Rice scattered across the polished floor, and the entire cafeteria fell silent for a split second. Then the laughter began. "Oh no," a boy near the window shouted between laughs. The floor survived. Another student lifted his phone. "Don't move. This is going viral." Within seconds, at least 10 phones were pointed directly at Emma. Her cheeks burned. She bent down to gather the spilled food without saying a word. A pair of expensive loafers stepped on her spoon before she could reach it. Emma slowly looked up. Yoon Soo-ah folded her arms with a smug smile. "You should probably skip lunch anyway." More laughter echoed through the cafeteria. Emma swallowed the lump in her throat. "I'm sorry," she whispered as she reached for another napkin. "You should be sorry," Soo-ah replied loudly enough for everyone to hear. "You're studying at Korea's best performing arts school. Idols are supposed to inspire people, not remind them to avoid the dessert table." The room erupted again. A student at another table laughed so hard he nearly dropped his drink. Someone started chanting, "Diet! Diet! Diet!" Emma's fingers trembled as she cleaned the floor. She wanted to disappear. Across the cafeteria, Lee Jun-suk watched everything in silence. He stood up. "That's enough." The laughter softened. Soo-ah turned toward him. "Why? Are you defending her?" "I'm telling you to stop." She rolled her eyes. "Mind your business." Jun-suk looked at Emma. "Come on." Emma quickly shook her head. "It's okay." "No," he answered calmly. "It isn't." Before she could respond, another voice cut through the room. "Leave them." Cha Min-woo walked over with 2 of his friends. The girls nearby immediately whispered among themselves. He was the school's most admired student. Captain of the dance club. Top performer. Future idol. Emma instinctively looked down. Min-woo glanced at the mess on the floor. "You should be more careful." Those 6 words hurt more than every laugh. He hadn't even asked what happened. He simply assumed it was her fault. Emma forced herself to nod. "I'm sorry." Min-woo walked away without another word. Jun-suk watched him leave, disappointment flashing across his face. Emma finally gathered the last of the spilled food before quietly leaving the cafeteria. The laughter followed her all the way into the hallway. She locked herself inside the nearest restroom. The moment the door clicked shut, the tears came. She covered her mouth to stop herself from sobbing too loudly. Her reflection stared back at her from the mirror. Soup stained her shirt. Her hair was slightly messy. Her eyes were swollen. She looked exactly how everyone described her. Pathetic. Her phone vibrated. One notification. Then another. Then dozens. She hesitated before opening the school forum. A new video had already been uploaded. The title read, "Africa's biggest earthquake hits the cafeteria." Underneath were hundreds of laughing emojis. More comments appeared every second. How did she even get accepted here? Maybe the stage will collapse too. She should audition as a comedian instead of a singer. Emma's breathing became uneven. She closed the app. Another notification appeared. Someone had edited her picture beside a cartoon elephant. More laughter. More comments. More strangers joining in. She slowly slid down against the restroom wall until she was sitting on the cold floor. For several minutes, she didn't move. Then the restroom door opened. Kim Han-ul stepped inside. She froze the moment she saw Emma. "Oh." Without saying anything, Han-ul walked over and sat beside her. Neither of them spoke. After nearly a minute, Han-ul quietly handed Emma a clean handkerchief. "You don't have to pretend you're okay." Emma laughed weakly through her tears. "I wasn't pretending very well." "They're horrible." Emma wiped her eyes. "Maybe they're right." Han-ul immediately shook her head. "No. I can't dance like everyone else. You can improve." I'm overweight. You can get healthier. I'm not pretty. That doesn't decide your future. Emma looked down. They laugh every single day. Hanul's voice softened. I know. I keep thinking if I disappear, maybe everyone will finally stop. Hanul grabbed Emma's hand. Don't ever say that. Emma looked at her friend. For what it's worth, Hanul continued, you're still the best singer in our class. Emma blinked. No, I'm not. You are. No one thinks that. I do. The words lingered in the silence. For the first time that day, Emma managed a tiny smile. Just then, her phone rang. The screen displayed one word. Mom. Emma answered after taking a deep breath. Hi, Mom. Her mother's warm voice came through immediately. Sweetheart, how was school? Emma glanced at her stained uniform. She forced a smile even though no one could see it. It was fine. Are you sure? Yeah. You sound tired. Just a long day. Her mother paused. Your father and I will be home early tonight. Let's have dinner together. I'd like that. We love you, Emma. I love you too. After hanging up, Emma stared at the blank screen. Hanul smiled gently. They really care about you. They do. So don't let people who don't know your worth decide how you see yourself. Emma nodded slowly. Later that evening, after changing out of her uniform, she stood alone in front of the full-length mirror in her bedroom. She looked at herself for a long time. Not with hatred. Not with shame. But with honesty. She finally whispered. They're wrong about one thing. Her reflection stared back. This isn't who I'll be forever. She opened her laptop. Then searched for 3 things. Healthy nutrition. Beginner marathon training. Professional vocal discipline. She picked up a notebook and wrote one sentence across the first page in bold letters. 1 year from today, no one will recognize me. Emma's alarm exploded through the darkness at exactly 4:30 a.m. She reached over and turned it off before it could ring a second time. Every muscle in her body begged her to stay under the warm blanket. Instead, she sat up. Her notebook lay on the bedside table. The first sentence she had written the night before seemed to stare back at her. 1 year from today, no one will recognize me. She smiled to herself. Let's begin. 20 minutes later, she quietly stepped outside wearing a plain gray hoodie, black leggings, and running shoes. The streets of Seoul were still empty. Cold air filled her lungs as she started jogging. After less than 5 minutes, she slowed to a walk, breathing heavily. This is harder than I thought, she muttered. She wanted to quit. Instead, she remembered the laughter in the cafeteria. She kept moving. By the time school started, Emma had already finished her first workout. She looked exhausted, but for the first time in months, she felt proud of herself. Kim Hanul noticed immediately. You look sleepy. I woke up early. For what? Emma leaned closer and whispered. I'm changing my life. Hanul blinked. Really? Emma nodded. I'm done crying. Hanul smiled so brightly that Emma couldn't help smiling back. I'll help however I can. Before Emma could answer, loud laughter echoed through the hallway. Yoon Soo walked toward them with 3 girls following behind her. She deliberately looked Emma up and down. Did you cry yourself to sleep yesterday? One of the girls snickered. Another pretended to wipe fake tears. Emma tightened her grip on her backpack. This time, she didn't respond. She simply walked past them. Soo frowned. What? No comeback? Emma kept walking. That irritated Soo far more than any argument could have. During dance class, the instructor paired everyone into groups of 2. Emma glanced around the room. One by one, students quickly found partners. Within seconds, she was the only one standing alone. The instructor sighed. Anyone? Silence. Nobody volunteered. A few students even stepped backward to avoid being paired with her. Finally, Lee Jun-suk raised his hand. I'll work with Emma. Several students exchanged surprised looks. Suah rolled her eyes. Good luck carrying her. Emma looked at the floor. I'm sorry. Junsuk looked confused. Why are you apologizing? I always make things difficult. No. He offered a small smile. They make things difficult. The instructor clapped. Positions, everyone. The music started. Emma missed the first spin. Then the second. She stepped on Junsuk's shoe. Oh. I'm so sorry. It's okay. A few students laughed. Someone whispered loudly. I told you. Emma's face turned red. Maybe I should stop. Junsuk shook his head. Again. I'll just embarrass you. Again. She sighed. The music restarted. This time she completed the first movement. Then the second. She stumbled during the third. Junsuk caught her before she fell. There. You almost had it. Emma laughed awkwardly. Almost. Almost becomes perfect after enough practice. She stared at him. You really believe that? I do. Nobody had ever spoken to her that way before. Not with pity. Not with sarcasm. Just simple belief. Lunch break arrived. Emma expected another humiliating afternoon. Instead, she quietly took her food and sat alone outside beneath a tree. She opened a small container filled with grilled chicken, vegetables, and brown rice. Hanul sat beside her. That's different. Emma smiled. My new meal plan. You actually started. I promised myself. Before Hanul could answer, another shadow appeared. It was Junsuk. He held up his lunch tray. Mind if I join you? Emma looked surprised. You don't have to. I know. He sat anyway. Several students watching from the cafeteria windows immediately began whispering. Suah noticed too. She narrowed her eyes. Interesting. One of her friends leaned closer. Do you think he likes her? Suah laughed. As if. Still. Something about the scene bothered her. That afternoon, vocal evaluations began. Every student performed one by one. When Emma's name was called, quiet laughter spread through the room. She walked onto the stage. Her hands shook. She closed her eyes. Then she sang. The room became silent. Her voice was warm. Powerful. Emotional. Even students who disliked her couldn't look away. The final note echoed through the auditorium. No one clapped immediately. Not because it was bad. Because they were surprised. The instructor slowly smiled. Excellent control. Another teacher nodded. Very impressive. Junsuk smiled to himself. I knew it. Then Suah stood up. She clapped slowly. What a beautiful voice. Emma smiled nervously. Thank you. Suah's smile widened. It's a shame nobody can see the singer behind all that fat. The room exploded with laughter again. Emma felt as if someone had punched her in the stomach. The teachers looked uncomfortable. But none of them corrected Suah. Emma quietly stepped off the stage. Her wonderful performance was forgotten within seconds. That evening, Emma returned home later than usual. As always, the family chauffeur waited 3 streets away from the school. She climbed into the luxurious black sedan. The driver smiled. Long day, Miss Carter? She looked out the window. It'll get better. I'm sure it will. 15 minutes later, the car entered the gates of the Carter estate. The mansion stood surrounded by beautiful gardens. Inside, Emma's father was waiting. He immediately noticed her swollen eyes. Someone hurt you? Emma forced a smile. I'm okay. No. He stood. You've said that too many times. Her mother joined them. We can transfer you tomorrow. Emma shook her head. I don't want to leave. Her father frowned. You don't deserve this. I know. So why stay? Emma looked directly at both of them. Because if I run away now, they win. Silence filled the dining room. Finally, her father smiled proudly. You're stronger than I was at your age. Her mother reached across the table and squeezed Emma's hand. If you're staying, we'll support you. Emma nodded. I have one request. Anything. I don't want anyone at school knowing who we are. Her parents exchanged a glance. Her father chuckled softly. So you still want to make it on your own? I do. He smiled. Then you'll have to earn every opportunity. Emma's eyes sparkled with determination. I will. That night, after everyone had gone to bed, Emma returned to the small practice studio inside the mansion. She stood in front of the mirror, played a backing track, and practiced until sweat soaked through her clothes. Outside the practice room door, her parents quietly watched without interrupting. Her mother whispered, "She's changed." Her father nodded. No. A proud smile spread across his face. She's finally becoming the woman she was always meant to be. Emma Carter winced as the alarm rang again. 4:30 a.m. She didn't hit snooze. She got up immediately. The first week had been miserable. Her legs hurt. Her shoulders ached. Even climbing the school stairs made her feel exhausted. But she refused to stop. She pulled on her running shoes, tied her hair into a ponytail, and headed outside before sunrise. The cold morning air hit her face as she began jogging. At first, her pace was slow. By the 3rd kilometer, she was gasping for breath. Just one more. She whispered between breaths. Her smartwatch vibrated. 5 kilometers completed. Emma smiled despite the sweat dripping down her face. Yesterday I couldn't even run one. She wasn't fast. She wasn't graceful. But she was improving. Every single day. School life, however, only became harder. As Emma walked through the front gate that morning, she noticed students staring at their phones. Whispers spread through the courtyard. There she is. The elephant's here. I watched it 10 times. Emma frowned. What happened? Before anyone answered, Kim Hanul came running toward her. Her face was pale. Don't open the school forum. Emma's stomach dropped. What is it? Hanul hesitated. They made another video. Emma slowly pulled out her phone. Hanul tried to stop her. Emma. It's okay. She opened the forum. At the very top was a professionally edited video. It showed clips of Emma struggling during dance practice, walking across campus, eating lunch, trying to catch her breath after gym class. Someone had slowed the footage to make her movements look even heavier. The background music was circus music. The title read, Coming soon, Seoul Zoo's new dancing bear. Over 50,000 views. Hundreds of comments. Thousands of laughing emojis. Emma's fingers trembled. She didn't even realize tears had begun rolling down her cheeks. Hanul gently took the phone from her hands. You don't need to read those comments. Emma forced herself to smile. I'm okay. No, you're not. Emma took a deep breath. I said I wouldn't cry anymore. But I gave them enough tears already. She wiped her face. This time, I'm going to give them results. Inside the classroom, students laughed openly as Emma walked in. One boy began humming the circus music from the video. Another student pretended to stomp across the floor, making exaggerated heavy footsteps. Laughter erupted again. Emma quietly sat down without saying a word. Yoon Soo-ah leaned back in her chair. So? She smiled sweetly. Did you like your movie debut? Emma opened her notebook. No response. Soo-ah clicked her tongue. You're getting boring. Still nothing. That irritated Soo-ah more than any argument could have. During break time, Lee Jun-suk found Emma sitting alone in one of the practice rooms. She was listening to a recording of her own singing. You skipped lunch. I'm not hungry. He sat beside her. You saw the video. Emma nodded. They're getting creative. They're cruel. Emma sighed. Maybe. Junsuk looked directly at her. Do you know what I heard while everyone else was laughing? Emma looked confused. What? I heard the best vocalist in our grade. Emma stared at him. You really think I'm that good? I don't think. He smiled. I know. Emma looked away, trying to hide the tears forming again. No one's ever believed in me like this. My older sister used to tell me something. What? Talent gets you noticed. Perseverance makes people unforgettable. Emma repeated the words softly. Perseverance. I think you're going to prove that. Weeks turned into months. Emma never missed a morning workout. She swapped sugary drinks for water. Late-night snacks disappeared. Her dance practices became longer. Her vocal sessions became more intense. Whenever everyone else went home, Emma stayed. The security guard began recognizing her. Still practicing? She smiled politely. Just one more hour. Every night. It was always one more hour. One evening, as Emma finished rehearsing, she noticed someone sitting at the piano. Junsuk. You wrote this? He nodded. I thought your voice would fit it. Emma looked at the sheet music. It's beautiful. Try it. She took a deep breath and began singing. The melody filled the empty practice room. Halfway through the song, Junsuk stopped playing. Emma looked up. Did I make a mistake? He slowly shook his head. I just got goosebumps. Emma laughed. You always exaggerate. I never exaggerate about music. He looked at her seriously. Emma. One day. I think millions of people are going to hear that voice. She smiled awkwardly. I'd settle for one audience that doesn't laugh. They will. I promise. For the first time in months, Emma actually believed it might happen. Unfortunately, someone else had heard everything. Outside the practice room door stood Yunsua. She had been looking for Junsuk. Instead, she watched him smiling at Emma. Her expression darkened. So that's what's happening. She quietly walked away. The next morning, rumors exploded across campus. They're dating. I knew it. No wonder he keeps defending her. Emma stopped in the hallway. What? Students stared. One girl walked up to her. So, when's the wedding? The hallway burst into laughter. Emma's face turned bright red. We're not dating. Another student laughed. You expect us to believe that? Emma looked around desperately. Then she saw Suwa smiling from the other end of the hallway. She understood immediately. Suwa had started the rumor. The rumor spread beyond school. Students edited fake couple photos. Someone even created a fan page mocking them. Junsuk found Emma sitting on the rooftop after classes. I'm sorry. You didn't do anything. They're saying awful things. Emma laughed weakly. They always do. He sat beside her. If this keeps hurting you, I'll tell everyone the truth. Emma looked at him. What truth? That I don't care what they think. She smiled. That'll only make them gossip more. He sighed. I hate seeing you go through this. Emma looked toward the Seoul skyline. You know what's funny? What? A few months ago they ignored me. She smiled sadly. Now they spend all day talking about me. Junsuk chuckled. I guess that's progress. Emma laughed. A genuine laugh. One she hadn't made in a long time. Neither of them noticed that Cha Minwoo had seen everything from across the courtyard. He watched Emma laughing with Junsuk. Something stirred inside him. For the first time, he actually looked at Emma. Not the rumors. Not the jokes. Not the way everyone mocked. He noticed the determination in her eyes. The warmth in her smile. And the beautiful voice he'd ignored for far too long. Without realizing it, the first seed of regret had been planted. The first thing Emma noticed wasn't the number on the scale. It was that she could finish her morning run without stopping. She slowed to a walk as the sun rose over Seoul, breathing hard but smiling. 6 months ago, she could barely jog around the block. Now she had just completed 10 kilometers. She looked down at her fitness watch and laughed softly. I actually did it. When she arrived home, her father was already in the kitchen reading the business news. He looked up and smiled. You beat your personal record again. Emma blinked. You knew? I've been checking your training log. She narrowed her eyes playfully. So you've been spying on me? I prefer the word supporting. Emma laughed. Her mother placed a healthy breakfast in front of her. I'm proud of you. Emma shook her head. I still have a long way to go. Her father leaned forward. You've already won. She frowned. I haven't debuted. I wasn't talking about music. He pointed toward her heart. You refuse to let cruel people decide your future. Most adults can't do that. Emma became quiet. His words stayed with her long after she left for school. The moment she stepped through the school gate, she noticed something different. People were still staring. But the whispers had changed. Has she lost weight? I think she has. Look at her face. She actually looks. The student stopped before finishing the sentence. Emma pretended not to hear and continued walking. She had promised herself she would never seek validation from the same people who had humiliated her. Inside the classroom, Kim Hanul gasped dramatically. Emma. Emma laughed. What? Hanul stood up and walked around her. No way. What? You've changed. Emma looked down at herself. I'm wearing the same uniform. I'm not talking about the uniform. Hanul smiled proudly. Your face is slimmer. Emma touched her cheek without thinking. Really? Really? Before Emma could respond, another voice interrupted. I thought something looked different. Emma turned around. It was Cha Minwoo. For a moment, the classroom became completely silent. He almost never spoke to her. Emma answered politely. Good morning. Minwoo nodded. Good morning. That was all. But every student in the room had noticed. Yoon Soo-ah certainly had. She watched the interaction with narrowed eyes. Dance class began with a difficult routine. Months ago, Emma would have struggled to keep up. Today, she completed every movement. Not perfectly, but confidently. The instructor stopped the music halfway through. He looked directly at Emma. Excellent improvement. Several students turned to look at her. The instructor continued. Your timing has improved. Your balance is better. And you've clearly been practicing outside class. Emma bowed respectfully. Thank you, sir. The compliment lasted only a few seconds. But it meant everything to her. Across the room, Soo-ah clenched her jaw. After class, one of the younger students approached Emma. Emma smiled. Yes? I saw your performance today. Emma waited. You're really improving. Thank you. The younger girl hesitated. Would you? She nervously held out her notebook. Would you teach me that turn you did? Emma blinked. She had spent months being laughed at. Now, someone was asking her for help. She smiled warmly. Of course. From across the hallway, Soo-ah watched the scene unfold. This is getting out of hand, she muttered. That afternoon, the school announced exciting news. Every student gathered in the auditorium. Principal Oh Sung-ho stepped onto the stage. I have an important announcement. The room became quiet. Next month, Starwave Entertainment will be holding exclusive auditions at our school. Gasps filled the auditorium. Starwave Entertainment was one of Korea's biggest entertainment companies. The principal continued. They will select one student trainee. Immediately, excitement erupted. Students whispered excitedly. This is my chance. I've waited years for this. I'm definitely getting in. Soo-ah smiled confidently. This audition is mine. Emma remained silent. She had dreamed about an opportunity like this. But she knew the competition would be fierce. As students left the auditorium, Junsuk caught up with her. "What are you thinking?" Emma smiled nervously. "I'm thinking. This is terrifying." He laughed. "It should be exciting. What if I fail? What if you don't?" She sighed. "I've never been lucky." He stopped walking. "No. You've never given yourself enough credit." Emma looked at him. "Promise me something." "What?" "When the audition comes, sing like the Emma I hear during late-night practice. Not the Emma who's afraid of everyone's opinions." His words settled deep inside her heart. The audition announcement changed the atmosphere around school overnight. Students practiced everywhere. Hallways, courtyards, practice rooms. Even during lunch breaks, competition intensified. Friendships became strained. Everyone wanted that one trainee position. Emma quietly continued her routine. Morning workouts, classes, dance practice, vocal training, homework, sleep, repeat. She ignored the gossip, ignored the whispers, ignored the comments online. For the first time, she felt completely focused. One evening, as Emma finished another rehearsal, she opened her locker. A folded envelope fell onto the floor. She picked it up. There was no name. Curious, she opened it. Inside was a handwritten note. "No matter how much weight you lose, you'll never belong here. Give up before you embarrass yourself at the audition." Emma stared at the paper. A second note slipped out. "Everyone still laughs at you." A third. "Nobody wants an African idol." Emma closed her eyes. For several seconds she simply stood there. Then she carefully folded the letters, placed them back inside the envelope, and threw the entire thing into the trash. Just then, Junsuk walked into the hallway. He noticed the trash bin. "What happened?" Emma smiled calmly. "Someone tried to remind me of the person I used to be." "And?" She looked him straight in the eye. "They're too late." Junsuk smiled. "Good." Neither of them realized someone was hiding around the corner. Yoon-suo lowered her phone after secretly recording their conversation. A slow smile spread across her face. "If humiliation doesn't stop her, I'll make sure the whole country laughs instead." Her next move would be far worse than anything she had done before.